Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Courtney. Today I have got two Dollar Tree DIYs for you, and what I really love about both of these is they are multi-seasonal. You can use them for several different holidays, and I will also show you some other options that you can make to use these. So without further ado, let's get into today's DIY. For this first DIY, I will be working with one of the Dollar Tree houses. Now this is the taller of the two houses that they have, and this was the front of it, obviously, because it has the paper here. I'm simply just going to kind of sand the edges, and this will actually become my back, and then I'll just paint over it. So I'm not really too concerned with how it looks at the moment, but I did want to take off some of the rough pieces. Now I am going to start working on my shiplap on this. Now I know you can paint to get the shiplap look, but I did want this to be a little more realistic. So using my acrylic ruler, I made about 1 inch thick stripes, I guess you could call them, and I'm going to take my box cutter and simply just kind of gouge into this, score it to as deep as I want it to, and then just go all the way down it, making about 1 inch, like I said, width stripes. Now using some Waverly White chalk paint, I am going to end up painting 2 coats on this side right here. Again, this is just going to be my back. And then I go through and actually only put 1 coat on the side that has the shiplap lines. Okay, now before this is completely dry, what I'm going to do is take my box cutter and I'm simply going to go where the scored lines are and kind of open them back up. They will get filled in with paint, and so as you can see, I'm going super slow right now because, believe it or not, when the paint gets in there, it kind of makes it hard to find the little gouged lines, but once you go through it once, then you can go back, and then it kind of naturally has the brown underneath coming through. So this is the method I chose to do. Again, I didn't wait for this to completely dry because I felt like it would be easier to get these cleaned out. So I'm just going to go through and do this for all the lines. And once you are happy with your lines, I did take some 320 grit sandpaper, and I'm just going to lightly kind of sand over this. I'm not trying to take off too much of the paint, but it's mostly just to get any of the little rough bits that are in my scored lines. Now taking some of this thick Star Bond super glue, I'm going to attach the back. I did not use hot glue because I didn't want it bulky on the back, and I did want to make sure it stayed attached. So I'm just going to go through and dot around the edges. I didn't use the accelerator for this because I wasn't really in a super big hurry to do it, but if you're interested in this glue, I've talked about it so much, you guys have probably seen me use the accelerator and the glue. I do have a coupon code down below for 10% off, and I highly recommend it. I mean, it really is a great glue. So once again I do this, I'll put the back on it and then let that dry. Alright, so I put a little piece of velcro on there, and now I'm just painting one of these little stars with red and white stripes. I just got the star quite a while ago from Hobby Lobby in a pack, and I will just paint it with the crimson Waverly chalk paint and then just the white Waverly chalk paint. And then once that's done, I will stick a piece of Velcro on the back of it, and then I do end up adding just a little blue bow to it, and that is my Patriotic decor for the house. And here is the Patriotic star. Of course, you could use this for 4th of July, Memorial Day, Veterans Day, and now let me show you some other ones. This is just a pineapple slice from one of the mason jar signs from Dollar Tree. You could also make a lemon here for summer. I've got a card here. It could be Valentine's Day, your anniversary. You could do birthday cakes, pumpkins, turkeys. And then I made some of my infamous wrapped cloth candy canes that you guys have seen the tutorial on. I absolutely love this one, but I'm serious. There are so many options for this, you guys. For this next project, you are going to need one of these white plates from Dollar Tree, and I will be using one of the red napkins that I got from my recent DIY haul. Now, funny enough, this pack, you can see this pattern right here. 2 of the napkins were this random other pattern on the left, and then the rest were like that. So I ended up using the 2 on the left, but I just thought that was weird, but that's okay. It still worked out. Taking some Mod Podge, I'm simply going to put on 1 light coat on top of the plate. I don't think it really matters if you use matte or gloss at this point because it will not be visible because you'll be attaching the napkins to it. So I'm just going to do 1 light coat and then I'll be ready to start attaching my napkins. Okay, now once that's down, I'm going to take my napkin. Now these are 2-ply napkins, and when it's all said and done, I probably would have just peeled off the white part of this napkin and just attached the red and white. But as you can see here, I put both down, and then I realized the red and white part of it, as you can see it flapping there in the corner, oh yeah, there you go, doesn't really have anywhere to attach to. So what I end up having to do is to put, peel this off, and then, there you go, put some Mod Podge on top of the white. So my recommendation, if you decide to do this, is just go ahead and pull the white off because I do end up layering 2 napkins on top of each other anyway. So once this is applied, I'll put the red and white back on, and then for the second napkin, I do end up pulling the white one off, and then I just line up the red and white check with it and set it on top. Once the napkins are down, I'm just going to go around the edge of the plate, putting some Mod Podge, working in sections, and securing the napkin to the edges. When the edges are dry, I'm just going to kind of rip off the excess and then just sand around it because this will be up against a wall, so I'm not too concerned with how the back looks, but that's how I'm going to get off all the extra napkin. And then I will put another coat of Mod Podge across the top of the plate. Once the plate is dry, I'm going to take a piece of Velcro. I just got this pack from the Dollar Tree. It's usually in the automotive aisle at my Dollar Tree. It's got both pieces that you need, one to stick to the plate and then the receiving end to put to whatever decor you want. So I'm just going to stick this kind of in the middle of the plate so that way I can change it out with the seasons. All right, now I'm ready to attach my stars. Now, here's a tip if you didn't know, I'm showing you right here. When you go to glue objects that are kind of, I guess, heavier, I don't know what you want to call them, you need to glue closer to the top, not the middle of the object, because that's what makes it kind of fall forward. So that is why on this star and all the other ones that I'm going to attach, I'm putting the twine towards the top so that they don't fall forward when it hangs on the plate. So I'm just going to attach this big star, and then I will attach 4 little white stars. And now the banner is all finished, and so I did attach a little piece of Velcro to the back of the star to kind of anchor it. And then I'm just going to trim off the extra pieces of twine, and then to secure it to the plate, I'm just going to use masking tape because, again, I don't want this to be permanent. I do plan to change it out, but I do see this plate as being something that could be used for Christmas, Valentine's Day, of course, any type of patriotic. You could work in back to school, fall, and again, just like with the little house, you can make all kinds of little attachments to it. I kind of like the look of this banner, so I have a feeling I'll be making a bunch of banners for it, but I really like how it turned out. And here is one last look at this little plate. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like Dollar Tree DIYs. Make sure to stick around for some DIY shout outs from my Facebook group. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye!